I'm Jenna, aka Rather Geeky. I'm going to show you a Salesforce flow that uses a loop to update all contacts related to an account when a field on that account changes. Before we get started, just a reminder that it's safest to play or build new things in a sandbox environment, like a hands-on org that you get access to with your free Trailhead account. I'll start off by creating a record-triggered flow. This means that the flow will watch for a specific thing to happen, and then do whatever I tell it when that thing happens. My trigger will be based on when an account is updated, specifically when the address is changed. Now I did change my criteria after testing this out, so you'll want to make a note of the updated formula. Now I need to tell the flow to get the records to process. In this case, that will be all the contacts related to the account that triggered the flow. Now I'll add a loop element to keep track of what I want to do to each contact from the getRecords element. Here I'll add an assignment element to choose which fields to pass from the account to each contact within the loop. Side note, this is another element that I updated later because I needed to specify each address field that I wanted to update, like city, state, and zip. I need a new collection variable, which is basically a bucket to put all of the contacts that I've assigned to be updated. A new assignment element will put each contact that goes through the loop into the collection variable or the bucket that I created in the last step. The last thing I need to do is to tell the flow to push the updated fields that I've specified to all of the contacts in my collection variable bucket. I'll use an update records element. Now why didn't I put that within the loop? If I did, it would perform the update for each contact. Update, save, update, save, update, save, for however many were in the loop. Instead, this will save all of them at once. It's a best practice to keep data elements outside of loops to avoid hitting a governor limit. And that should be it. I had to go back and modify my trigger a little bit because I was using an isChanged formula, which wouldn't work with that. Don't forget to activate. When I did this test, I realized that I needed to pass each address field separately. I updated my formula to look for changes to any of the billing address fields. This will be useful if just the zip code changes, for example. Next, I needed to update my assignment to include each address field specifically. In this case, I mapped the account billing address fields to the mailing address fields on the contact. Okay, that looks better. To update my flow with these changes, I click Save As and then Activate again. This replaces the previous version of my flow. My next test went a lot better and accomplished what I was expecting. Now when I make a change to any one of the billing address fields, the address is passed down to all of the related contacts. Now this use case might not work for you. Maybe you want to allow for a separate address on contacts versus accounts, which is totally fine. But as a proof of concept, hopefully you find this helpful.